Hello everybody. Today we'll be talking about how we can use Open Policy Agent with Big IP. So the Open Policy Agent is an open source general purpose policy engine that unifies policy enforcement across the stack. Open Policy Agent is also called as OPA. So OPA provides a high level declarative language that lets you specify policy as a code and simple APIs to offload policy decision making from your software or your configuration. So basically what it does, it decouples the policy making from policy enforcement. Two different things, right? So OPA is becoming very popular among Kubernetes ecosystems. With respect to big IP, OPA can be used to provide guardrails for Terraform big IP configuration files. So OPA makes it possible to write policies that test the changes Terraform is about to make before it makes them. So some of the examples are in the Terraform resource security group. Let's say if you are using deploying big IP and you are using Terraform resource security group, and if that user, let's say, exposes the CEDAR block like 0.0.0/0, which is like open to the world for SSH traffic. So just before this configuration is applied, OPA policy can flag or policy will fail and flag the issue, and then which you can correct it. And that's what we're going to see in this demo. So here you can see that I have this file, main.f file, main.tf file, and you can see that I'm exposing this CEDAR block as open to the world, right, for SSH traffic. And this is for big IP security group. So I have not deployed it, the big IP, but now let's say if I do Terraform plan, it should flag me that this particular policy or this particular CEDAR block is open to the world, right? So yeah, so I did Terraform plan. Now it's using Terraform Cloud, so it's preparing the plan. So now let's go back to the Terraform Cloud GUI and check it out. So I'm on the Terraform Cloud. So let me go to the workspace. So this is my workspace. I go to the runs, and then you can see that we just triggered this policy. We just triggered this CLI, a Terraform plan from CLI. And if I go to this particular plan, you can see that the plan finished and then the OPA policy failed. And if I look at the policy where it failed, you can see that public ingress policies failed. And then it is flagging me saying that my network is SSH traffic is open, right? And now, so it didn't apply the configuration because I'm uh, not following the best practices, right? So now what I can do is actually I can fix this problem and then revisit back again. So I just came back to the file again, and then I need to make changes because that's what OPA policy suggested. So I'm gonna change this because I don't want this to be open to the world. So for example, I'll just make it, I can provide my IP or whatever CEDAR block which I'm using. Let's say I'm using 192.168 dot, let's say 16.0.0 slash 16. And what I'm gonna do is I did this and then I'm gonna add this file uh, to the GitHub. So basically commit those changes, update SG, and then push those changes, right? And now I'm gonna do the Terraform plan again, right? So, so now the Terraform plan should go ahead and succeed, right? And the policy, there shouldn't be any policy error. So let's go back and see that. So I'm back again here. Let's go to overview and go to the runs. And now you can see that currently it's running. So looks like my plan has not been over yet. So let's look at the run here. So you can see that the plan is done and my policy is also passed. I can further actually dig here, go into the OPA policy and click here. So I have two policies. So you can see that my public ingress policy has passed and the other policy also, like for deployment on Friday, is passed as well. So this pretty much actually now put those guardrails so that nobody can, like whatever best practices you're going to follow, so you can design those best practices accordingly. So now let's look at the policies. So if I go to OPA directory here and list the policy, so you can see that we saw those two policies which got passed. One was the Friday policy as well as the public ingress policy. And this is what we are focusing on, right? So this is using, so this is implicit deny if the policy has, the wildcards or the CIDR block being exposed, right? So now let's look at the policy. So I can go here and go into the public policy here. And this is written in Rego language. So you can see that it will implicit deny for the CIDR block 0.0.0. So you can write those policies accordingly, whatever you want to do. It's pretty flexible. You can also write a policy for, let's say, if you are exposing any private keys or public keys and you want that to be flagged just before applying the configuration, you can do that as well. Thanks for watching the demo.